Alright, y'all. I got a very chill fight for you guys. And it's Erza versus Cobra during the Oracion Seis arc. Now, you're gonna be like, but didn't that happen already? Those circumstances aren't these circumstances that I'm creating. Alright? So she's just finding him. They're both by themselves. He still has a snake too. He still has Cavelios, but there's nobody else there. She's not protecting anybody else. She is just fighting him straight up. And he is there in the forest, meeting up with her. Because he could hear her thoughts and shit. So he's just like, oh, I guess I gotta fight you now. And that's the scenario. When it comes to raw physical strength, I got Erza, and Cobra, he's kind of strong. Since he is a dragon slayer, and dragon slayers tend to be stronger than other types of wizards. But in this situation, in this scenario, out of the two, I get the strength to Urza. And see, this one might throw you for a loop, but I also give the speed to Urza as well. When Urza was fighting Cobra, the snake had to come in and bite her, right? She didn't see that coming. But I will say this about Cobra: he has great reaction time. He already knows what she's, thinking before she does it. Right? That's what's gonna make this fight tough. He knows what she is, about to do. He can read her mind basically. Durability wise, I'm gonna give it to Cobra. Erza does have that, powerful armor, but he has magical spells that can break through that shit. And then when it comes to him, fuck it, I'll give it to Erza actually, because I don't think he's gonna break through that shit. Come to think of it now, her most powerful defensive armor. But the thing is, with that, she can't move freely in that. She just basically stands there and tanks an attack. That's how that armor operates. She can't move around freely in that armor. But I give it to Urza, and then I give the endurance to her as well. She can go into a long fight with this guy. I don't have any doubts in her. But when it comes to intelligence, I do think Cobra's a little smarter than she is, as he is not doing what she's trying to do. He knows what she's thinking about next. He has that advantage over her. And then when it comes to experience, I also give it to him. He was selected at a young age to be one of the Oracion Seis, and he, is a part of that group that runs around, just only 6 people without other guilds, just because, they're like that. When it comes to close skills, I'm giving it to Erza. Erza is going to come up on Cobra, trying to slice him with all kinds of swords. Any weapon she can summon up. Range skills, I'm giving it to Cobra. Like I said, he already knows what's on his mind. And he has those poison shots. He can shoot those off at her. And then he could also have his snake attack. We got the recovery going to Cobra. Both these characters don't use healing abilities like that, but I think he has better recovery. Slightly. When it comes to hacks, I give it to Erza. She has a lot of armor in her arsenal to handle this man. And since she doesn't have anybody else to worry about, she can lock in for real, and she will actually be able to see the snake coming to, you know. Environment goes to Cobra, since in this scenario, his guild's still trying to um, use Nirvana, and, turn the light to dark and the dark to light. Basically, they're trying to create more darkness in the world, and she is there to try to stop him. But Cobra has the advantage outside. When it comes to who wins this fight, I'm giving it to Erza. High difficulty. Um, and that's not too crazy to say because she did eventually end up fighting against Macbeth, who is, Midnight, and he is actually considered to be the strongest one of them, minus Zero, right? Zero's more powerful than him, but out of the six, he's the strongest, the most powerful. So, it ain't crazy to say that Urza wins high difficulty. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Be cool.